Ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, it is a great pleasure to talk to you today. Now, today I want to talk about a very exciting issues, the issue of marriage, guys. I think you all know that many African people we have suffered a lot from colonialism and apartheid. Now it's post-apartheid, eras. Things seem to not working well, man. I've been to different areas internationally, America, Mediterranean, North Europe, and some places, But what happened when you go there? You see black people suffering the same. All of us, we are experiencing the same problems. It's the same thing everywhere you go. Now, the topic of today is pre-colonial marriage. So, I've never seen any philosopher or people who are expert of African knowledge system talking about the Botswana or African philosophy of marriage. What is it that we call marriage in Africa, in African society? So, what is it that it does to people who are in that particular union? So, I'm going to give a sort of lectures based on the group of Botswana, people known as Botswana, because they are one of the oldest tribes. And then the Botswana are very exciting groups. And then the worst part of it is that a lot of things about Botswana culture, history, is disappearing, because of massive urbanizations. Just like other group, you can see that when you go to Eastern Cape or KZN, things are the same. We are moving fast. Whether you're Tswana, you are Pedi, you are Zulu, you are Tsonga, things are changing dramatically. So I want to discuss some of the beauty of the Botswana cultures, because Tswana culture is known for its beauties of the marriage. Because if you look at today, we face so many problems. Remember when we were young, we used to hear people singing the song, but "Ha re nyadisha, ka mosisi yo mosweu, ha re nyadisha, ka mosisi yo mosweu, utlwa ba re tululu tululu." And some of those songs were very exciting. You also hear people about "Kgomo di tilele di tsilela, ya bosupa e supile masupa tsela. Naha di sa fela nka di busetsa morao. Naha di sa fela nka di busetsa morao." Those are exciting songs, Botswana songs that are actually attached to what you call marriage. Now, because of the urbanization, people now we are adopting what you call Judeo-Christian, marriage philosophies, and we tend to abandon African cultural marriage and movement to urban areas. Such beautiful cultures of Botswana, it's actually disappearing. You got to remember that Botswana are one of the glorious people. They've got a glorious past, which means in the past, they used to enjoy and celebrate marriage. But uh, colonialism actually destroyed marriage in all African societies from different areas. Even migration, recent migration, we are actually being visited by newcomers who have got so much different cultures compared to us. Even our previous colonizers, they didn't actually, you know, come close to us like the poor East European countries. We also have people like who come from Asian countries. They are coming to South Africa. Some of them are also coming from African countries. They are here. All of them now in the urban space we compete. So some of our sisters, they ask yourself, what's the future of our people or our marriage? Because now you go to the big cities, people, everybody's there. My friend are marrying our people. But some of them don't just marry them. They are marrying for the sake of the benefit for their own interest. And such kind of marriage sometimes tend to pose what you call, dilemmas of the survival of Africans. Just imagine we African, we are in South Africa, people are coming to marry us in our country, are marrying our sisters in our country, but in their countries, you go to these Asian countries, you go to Middle East countries, even Europe, you won't find a black lady marrying to these people. I remember when the first time I went to Dubai, that surprised me without seeing any black ladies with this guy. But here in South Africa, everybody, they just think like they're playing. I remember when you are young, our families or old people used to tell us the good old days, which you call the good old days that are gone, but you don't marry anybody. But mamutsu obonelwa mautlwane, which means that the talents or wife materials is identified in the playground. Today things are worse, Papa. Girls just go to the big cities, they come back with somebody, my friend, kind of thing. And they abandon in African knowledge system like we African, we practice endogamy just like them. But when they come to South Africa, they pretend. I mean, if you look at many countries, even African countries, in their own countries, these Nigerians, Igbo, Fulan don't intermarry. Zimbabwe, Shona, and Ndebele are fighting each other. Kalajini, Kikuyu, Maru in Meru in Kenya doesn't intermarry. But when people come, Pakistan, Indian, Bangladesh, Somalians, they don't marry in their own country. They don't marry. But when they come to South Africa, everybody come as South Africa is for everybody. They wanted to marry South Africans. But if you go to their own country, you don't find South African women there. Because but here, just because we don't respect each other, we just accept everything. Even we African, we've got general philosophy for among Batswana, but ngwana malume nyale khomo di bele shake. Ba re le sepa legolo la moyeng la monyo ga ile pitiko ka dikhonkhwane. Ba re bana ba khwale ba bitsana ka melodi. Ba tsebana ka melodi. Ba re naga di etelane. Ke Batswana ne. Ba re khaka ye ntshwe fofa mabala re bona ishwile. Ba re ngwana magana go botswa o wela komeng tša batho. Especially this my gold diggers, ba re ke slay queen. Barata dilo. Because I'm not saying people should not marry my Pakistan, but Batswana bari mabala khome bonala na maneng, malo khomo bonala na maneng, man. Just imagine a baby with Pakistan. What are you gonna do about the child? As I indicated that khaka yenswe fufa, mabala na re bona ishwile, which means the deeds of the parents or a person is reflected after the death. It pass on, you leave no legacy. Bari ngwana utswa Pakistan. With the rank and it's better actually, you marry around close in South Africa. There's no problem about it. But about Pakistan, and these people are, because when you are sex, the so-called marriage is a culture. You don't just marry. Even the Bible, if you go to read this Judeo-Christian literatures, you'll see that somewhere in the Bible there was I think it's John, John 4, 42. I mean, you remember the story of the Samaritan woman who went to the river who went to the well to draw waters. He found Jesus there. Jesus said, even though I told, I know, because I'm a Jew, you Jewish, we don't share the same things. I'm a Samaritan. If you're old enough, you understand that the Bible translated Islam. There's something that Jesus wants from that lady. That's Jesus. What does it tell you? It's not only that. Remember the story of Laban, who was tricked by Jacob. He married her older sister Leah. A pre-marrying ritual. I said, no. Unyala magogor. Virgin. Wow, no. They are clever, those guys, yes. They will never give you something good, if you don't belong to their own. Now, even if they give you something, remember the story, Judge 16:4. Delilah America. Miracle. Lehoshi Sheba, king, queen of Shebas. He went to Israel. Aro inyala ka Majuda. Para rinyala musabi omutumus. He come back pregnant. Today Ethiopia is burning. What does it tell you? Atlawa o asikrisi. Jama Pakistan, jama sadi barna ba urata dilo. Ba urata madi. Alitsencha malapa alena mathateng. Babirwa ba re ke pheti, basadi ke dipheti. Babirwa ba re basadi ke dipheti. Ke pheti ya o pheta morula ya sia mothopo yeme. Ba re ngwana mo malomo wa ritsentsha mathateng. wa nyala ma Pakistan, wa nyala batho sa tsebe no ba tswa kae, meetlo ya bona, dingwao tša bona. Why do you do that? Because o batla zaka. Le zaka ba o fang yona, madi ba o fang yona, you don't know where that money goes. Ba o fa 10,000 today, tomorrow is gone. And you don't ask yourself, why musimana wa townshipin a o fa 100 rand, 50 rand, iya lasta. Mara yola a o fa 10,000 today, madi a o iboni ya kae. You should ask yourself these things. Unyala, it's connect people's spiritualities. Wa fetša wa lla wa re bošigo ke robetše ka bona noga, ya ke medimo ya bona. Go na le their cultures mo lefaseng tša bo Asia. A so re ba loya, noga ke ya bona.